If you've been lurking in the paranormal corners of the internet long, you've likely come across a number of haunted homes and asylums. But places are not the only things that can be haunted. These haunted objects bring with them a wealth of misfortune, creepy new spirits, and an utmost feeling of dread. Some of them are even supposedly cursed. Join us today as we discuss the top 5 most haunted objects and try to determine, is it paranormal? Number 5. The Tallman bunk beds. In the 1980s, Alan and Debbie Tallman bought bunk beds for their 2 kids at a second-hand shop. From the first night they brought it home, it was clear something was wrong with the bed. First, one of their sons, who had rarely even gotten as much as a cold, fell horribly ill. Then, at one time, the radio on the nightstand began turning on and off on its own. The youngest daughter claimed to see a witch standing over her on the bottom bunk. Doors moved, lights turned on and off, and this is only a taste of the strange happenings. Soon the family began hearing voices throughout the house. This carried on for 9 months before they had enough. The Tallmans had the bunk beds destroyed, and then suddenly, the haunting stopped. Number 4. The Annabelle Doll. According to Ed and Lorraine Warren, the story of Annabelle the doll began when a student nurse was gifted a Raggedy Ann doll in 1970. The doll began acting strangely, seemingly coming to life and harming the student's boyfriend. When they sought help, a medium informed the young woman that it was inhabited by a spirit of a dead girl named Annabelle Higgins. The medium tried to rid the spirit from the doll, but after all attempts failed, she called the Warrens. They removed the doll from the young woman, saying it was demonically possessed. Annabelle's story has been spun into several horror films, making the doll a pop culture icon. Supposedly too dangerous to remain in the greater world, Annabelle now resides in the locked glass cupboard at the Warrens Occult Museum. Number 3. Robert the Doll. When artist Robert Eugene Otto, or Gene, as he was commonly known to his family, was 4 years old, he was given a doll as a gift. As the story goes, the doll looked kinda human, but kind of not. He wore a sailor suit and carried a toy of his own, a miniature stuffed lion. Gene named him Robert, and from the moment he first appeared, weird events plagued the family's home. Gene's parents would periodically hear Gene giggling with someone, an unknown person with a deep-sounding voice, as they walked by his closed bedroom door. Furniture overturned in rooms where Robert sat. Gene began having horrible nightmares. Toys would disappear and reappear, mutilated. And whenever something went wrong, Gene would utter the phrase, "Robert did it." Even after Robert was banished to the attic, passerbys claimed to see a small figure moving from window to window. Many believed the doll to be cursed. Number 2. The Dybbuk Box. Remember the 2012 horror movie The Possession? It was based on a true story, or at least as true as any story can be. The item known as the Dybbuk Box made its first appearance on the internet in 2003 when it was put up for auction on eBay. Its owner at the time claimed that he had picked up the box, intended for a storage of wine, at an estate sale in Portland, Oregon in 2001. It had belonged to a Jewish woman who had lived to the ripe old age of 103. The box, she had always said, housed a Dybbuk, or evil spirit, and should never, ever be opened. Of course, the new owner opened it, and as you might have guessed, things didn't go so well after that. He gave it to his mother, who immediately suffered a stroke. He asked his sister to hang on to it, but it freaked her out because it wouldn't stay shut. He tried to sell it, only to find the return to his doorstep with a note reading, "This has a bad darkness," and so on. Number 1. Valentino's Cursed Ring. This ring comes with a long series of misfortune. In 1920, movie star Rudolph Valentino bought a plain silver ring embedded with semi-precious stones from a jewelry store in San Francisco. He immediately fell in love with the ring and ignored the store owner's warnings that he believed it was haunted. Valentino wore the ring while filming a movie. That was a complete failure. After putting away the ring for many years, Valentino took it out for what would be his final movie. He died shortly after, still wearing the ring. It was then passed along to Paula Negri, one of Valentino's former lovers who suffered a severe illness, but recovered. However, her career after this illness was over. She passed the ring on to young singer Russ Colombo, who died in a shooting accident. Next, Colombo's friend Joe Cassino wore the ring and died in a car accident 1 week later. James Willis attempted to steal the ring, but was caught by police and shot. We're going to stop here, but the list goes on. At least 3 more people who owned the ring died while it was in their possession. This is one unlucky piece of property you don't want to be caught wearing. There you have it, 5 top cursed objects. Now some of these are more believable than others. The strange darkness these objects have seem to bring harm to their owners. Sometimes you shouldn't play with the unknown. That doesn't mean we can't question. Is it paranormal? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.